What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Megan Good has been trending as of late for all of the wrong reasons, not because of anything good that she's doing. She's been known for number one, a separation before the divorce happened. I broke that story. But then, after the divorce was announced, she's now saying that she's grieving through her divorce. Now, if, grieving means going around with jackets saying, Miss Good if you nasty, out there wearing half skimpy clothes, if that's what grieving is about, then sure, you're grieving. But she's saying that, it's the most painful thing that she's ever experienced in her life. But she is still optimistic. She is hopeful for the future. Okay. But she feels that, it's my next act in life, and she trusts God. It's just, I don't understand this trusting God part, because you were with a pastor. So if you didn't trust God enough for that, what do you trust God to do? Miss Good if you nasty? She says this, sad music, not everything makes sense to me right now, but I'm excited to see what this next act of life is going to be and what God has in store. And that's all I can really do. But even doing that, I do have gratitude and so much joy in my heart for these past 11 years that Devin and I have been together. Okay, so nothing makes sense to you. And then when guys, you hear something like this, for certain women, it's some emotionalism going on. It almost seems like she's going back and forth whether she wants to maybe talk to him and get back together with him, if that's his past, but what God has in store for you. Well, baby, what does God have in store for you? You don't know, right? A lot of times when things are messed up and destroyed, I noticed that in our community, it's never analyzing what you did or what you could have caused. But it's on to, God got a plan for me. As if you don't have any control of your present or your future. So God automatically is just going to give you something in your next plan that you are not actively working on. You get to do whatever you want to do, live a life that you want to live, and all of a sudden God's going to have something in store for you, because it don't make sense. So let's put it in God's hand. And that's the kind of free-spirited thinking that you get from ladies in the community a lot of times. This is the reason why the black community is where it's at. Let's roll the dice. Forget any sort of logic and sort of comprehension of what the Bible teaches about relationships and all of that. Let's break all of those rules and then come back to the God that we've just disappointed and say that he has something in store for me. In other words, God has something in store for me according to what I want him to have for me. What if God had in store for you to be with your husband? No, but you don't want that. So let us lean into our own understanding to create something, that a favorable situation that we want for ourselves, that God would approve. Because you want to do what you want to do. And it doesn't make sense to you at all, right? But because you feel a certain way, you don't want to be married. Which means that you're going to be running out here with the chicken with the head cut off. And a guy like Devon Franklin is probably stupid enough to keep in contact with her. She has definitely, maybe now, I'm not sure if she wants to talk back to the guy or whatever, but if he's the simp that I believe he maybe is, he's still contacting her. He's still communicating with her. He's still trying to be her friend. He's still trying to be the good guy. And somebody like her probably can't even appreciate something like that, because he's probably turned her off to a certain degree, maybe. because you're looking for what's going to come next. And what can come next when you don't know what you want to do? I can tell you what comes next: destruction. If any man ever walks around and says, I don't know what's going to come next in my life, run. I can tell you what comes next, Megan. What you're working at becomes next. You want to be a lawyer? Want to know what comes next? Go to law school. Pass the bar. Want to be a married woman? You work on your marriage. You want to stay married, you sacrifice. But when you don't want to put effort into anything and you want to just get out there and get back in the streets, then you just try to just leave it up to God's hands, like something's going to happen miraculously. And I'm sorry, things don't work like that. Everything that happens, it does for a reason. And you don't have a purpose right now for what those reasons are. And for guys that deal with this indecisive stuff, get them out of there. Get them out of there. It is not necessary to deal with such people who are indecisive, because a lot of guys are dealing with chicks. Oh, I don't know about this. I'm confused. I don't know. I can tell you what you do know. You're getting the up out of here. Okay? You're going to go and ruin somebody else's life with that. I'm going to get somebody over here who want to go ahead and do what they're supposed to do, who want to be with me, and then learn from your mistakes, because you got to chalk it all to the game. Lead from a position of strength. Set your boundaries as a man that people can respect them. And then if you need to enforce those boundaries, take breaks from people. Up 8 months at a time, 6 months at a time. Get your options open. Because while you're confused, you sure that you want this divorce? It seems like maybe could be. I don't know. But you're just out here wanting to do whatever you want to do. And so many guys put up with these indecisive ladies who they started off in the relationship wanting to do one thing, then you want to do another, and then you have a guy that might still be pursuing her because he wants to get back to how those days were. I would just tell you and all guys like that, because I have dealt with this in the last 5 years. Woman starts to get indecisive. She don't know. She's confused. Get him out the door. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Don't know what you want to do? You're confused? Let's see what the future holds. I'll call you back. Call me back when you figure it out. That's all. No checkups, no how you're doing, no birthday wishes, no nothing. I'm going to deal with somebody who wants to be, doing what they're supposed to do right now. And until guys deal with it from that position, you're going to always have this. A lot of guys are just too available. I guarantee you Devon is too available. The woman cannot be helped by you. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junkie. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first company dot. And as you know, the buffoonery remains the all-time high. I'm out.